up, squad? What's poppin'? Is you ready for another reaction video? Alright, so peep it. Up next, we got Chick Smooth. Shout out to him.
Yes.
Go check out his channel. Alright, so seems like this Kendrick and Drake beef got Akademiks stepping into a pile he can't get out of. It might be too deep for him.
Ooh, quicksand.
Hopefully he's wearing his Timbs for this one, man. Cause yo, he got it. He's getting into it with Harlem, dudes. You know what I'm saying? Cameron and Mace.
Aye, the West Coast wasn't enough, huh?
So I guess what happened that video that we did on that Lauren LaRosa.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Cameron and Mace's host got into it and said some stuff.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And, you know, so he went back online and this is what he said. These are the thoughts that he said. And he kind of violated. He stepped over the line, bro. She got two big bros next to her. She got the big bros next to her, the OGs. You know what I'm saying? I remember, Cameron and Mace, man, they used to go crazy in Harlem. So, hey, all I know is Cameron is a character just like Akademiks. They both got mouths, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And Mace is real slick the way he talk too, man. They got, you know what I'm saying? They got them that Harlem talk, you know? They real slick with it. So, y'all ready?
Yes.
Let's get into it. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to comment, subscribe, thumbs up, slap that red button.
Aka Stat Baby just might have given us Drake vs. Kendrick Part 2 in media form in 2025. After DJ Akademiks responded back to Stat Baby for defending Lauren, somebody from the Cam and Mace Instagram page responded back to Akademiks. They sent him a very strong warning telling him, hey, Akademiks, out of all the tweets you've seen, you decided to say something back to Stat. Why? Cause we poppin'? But that's cool. We gon' make this clear and simple. It ain't gonna be no type of violating going on, especially with Stat. Fair warning. Now, I'm here to tell you guys I was wrong. In the last video, I told you guys there's no way Akademiks will respond back to Cam and Mace. I said Akademiks would definitely duck the smoke with Cam and Mace because let's be honest, who wants to go back and forth with Cam? That's petty as hell. I genuinely thought Akademiks would skate past this response and just move on to his regular hip-hop topics. But tonight on his stream, Akademiks told Cam and Mace, yo, don't even warn me, just swing. You don't gotta prep me for nothing. If you're gonna punch me, take your best swing. Akademiks officially set it off with Cam and Mace. Here's what he said.
Someone who's calling you out of your name or calling you a liar or defaming you, people do comment on it. By the way, I'm not mad at somebody commenting about it. My thing is about you jumping in, almost picking sides. You could be a neutral arbiter. You could be a person who's watching. Like, for example, I'll give you an example. Mace, when they came out like about, let me see, it's about 17, 18 years now saying that you was fucking a, you ain't seen niggas jump out there and be like, oh yeah, Mace is no, we just trying to see what's up. We don't pick and choose when two people getting into it, especially when it ain't our business. What I'm saying is my business with Shorty. She called me a liar. Why your co-host jumping in? This ain't no about picking on Stat or whatever. Bruv, when niggas was calling you out of your name and you defending yourself, if anybody else jumped in piling on with the other person, you would feel offended. You ain't see the whole media jump in basically saying, oh, nah, Mace was fucking grannies. No. So just stay out of my business. And I'm saying it respectfully for all of y'all. Stay out of my business. Woman called me a liar. I'm defending myself. Please don't jump in and try to pick a side already. Unless you're trying to say you're trying to get it up with me. Same thing with Cam. Yo, Cam, when niggas was saying you got socked in the eye by whoever the fuck, or True Life, this and third, and you showing the pool, this and, bruv, nobody jumped in. I love your music. Nobody jumped in and was just like, yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, Cam probably did get. No, we let y'all brothers go back and forth, even though niggas did comment on it. Niggas commented about y'all going back and forth. Niggas ain't pick a side. So my
Yo, Ak, you gotta chill, bro. I don't know if it's the money or the liquor or the mixture of the both that got you like that got to your head, bro. You gotta remember now. These dudes is close to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These dudes is close. I don't know where they staying at now. I know that Cameron ended up going down to Florida and stuff, but he from Harlem and Mace from Harlem. You Jersey. You right across the bridge. You right over the bridge. So now, my whole thing with this, you know what I'm saying? You remember True Life, that Puerto Rican dude I showed you that, you know, they strip Mob Deep. Yeah, you remember that crazy ass dude? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, he got it, you know, he had beef with and you know what I'm saying? He ended up, you know, going back and forth with, you know, Cam and stuff, and you know, there was some you know,
Crazy.
animosity and stuff, you know, they took his chain and stuff like that. But the same thing with Mace. They had, you know, those allegations and things. But here's the thing, bro. You got to understand, that's like their little sister.
Yeah.
So no matter what they're going to get into it, it's just like if somebody say something about your team or somebody on your team, you going to get into it with them. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody that goes against, you know, against the grain, against the squad, you got to ride for them. And that girl's a youngin', you know what I'm saying?
Oh.
So they like the big bros, you know what I mean? They ain't going to let you do that. Now, I understand. This was something that had nothing to do with her. I do get that. I get that. But there's times where you have to learn to just say, you know what? I'm going to turn the other, you know. But I watched you live and I understand another thing. You also said if you keep turning the other cheek, because that's what you did at the beginning when you was nobody and you didn't have no cash and you wasn't drinking, you know what I'm saying, going crazy with the liquor. You used to turn the other cheek a lot. You got bullied a lot. So now you being the bully because, you know, you have this status.
I see.
But remember, these are OGs, you know what I'm saying? They don't play that. And if you think that Mace don't still got that in him, you know what I'm saying? You bugging, you know what I'm saying? Now, Mace might laugh a little more, you know, make little jokes and stuff, but yo, Cameron really petty as well.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I just really don't feel like if y'all was, I don't feel like the energy would be the same if you guys was in the same room and you giving them like them backhanded compliments and basically like, you know, you're actually giving them, you know, both ways because, you know, you going, psh, psh, you know, with both sides of the hand because you first saying this stuff and you violating them and you poking fun at them and on one side of your face, but then out the other side of your face, you saying you respect them. You know what I mean? To calm it down. And they don't play like that.
Nope.
They don't play like that because their response I have is coming up in this video. So stay tuned. All right, let's finish.
Let go.
So my thing is, brother, I get it. Y'all sensitive because that's y'all co-host and y'all gonna stick up for that person. But why the fuck she my business? My business is with this woman who called me out my name, called me a liar.
That is facts.
You ain't see that tweet? Do I gotta bring y'all back? Because I rock with these brothers. But the idea, I understand the idea of defending your co-host, but I ain't gonna understand no type of lame activity in y'all thinking that I shouldn't respond to y'all co-host when she jump in my business. She jump in my business. I ain't jumping her business. If it was about a breakup going on, that it is what it is, and I said, man, y'all should have been fired this chick. She was on Talented, and she checked me online, and she said some shit, nigga, she's within her right. Why am I in her business like this? Especially if we're all in the media space. So what I did when I offered, and I thought I kept it light with her. Just stay in a woman's place, short. Like, chill out, bro. I got respect for Cam and Mace. Chill out. Now, I was going to leave it at that. I wasn't even going to look to see what she said after. But I don't know who's on the It Is What It Is talk page. I don't know if y'all are like, maybe y'all think this is like some WWE shit or whatever. And I look.
Nah, bro, you think it's WWE. That's the problem. And you don't know who's on your page because you said it yourself. You don't know who posts your stuff. The problem is that she's a young lady. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. You know, regardless, disrespect come off as disrespect. You should have just left it alone, act like you didn't see the tweet.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You got too much going on anyway.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You got people that run your page, you know, but you getting up there personally, verbally saying it, that's where the issue's at. Nobody spoke on you. It was a tweet. Let her run her tweet. Whoever run that page, and then whoever running your page can run your page. But at the end of the day, it's not coming out of your mouth. You know what I'm saying? You're not saying nothing crazy. But now you on live and you talking crazy. And I get it because the chat can get you going.
I know.
The chat can get you going because I've seen your chat. You got a lot of trolls in your chat. And I can see how they amped up your head and got you, they put that battery on your back.
Yeah.
Especially when you had a few. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you talking out of pocket, and I get it. Like I said, you know what I'm saying? Their co-host, for some reason, jumped in. This was her tweet, out of her tweet, but I don't know if it was from her directly, but he's responding to it.
Yeah.
He was going after Lauren LaRosa.
Yes, I do.
He wasn't going after their co-host, and then she jumps in it. So two things could be right here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Two things could be right here. Usually I don't agree with academics. Usually I disagree. I just watch it for entertainment.
Yeah.
To see when he gonna crash out.
Right.
And I look at both of y'all, and I have too much respect for y'all to think y'all would be doing shit like that, where y'all like, but then I seen the huffing and puffing. I'm like, bro, if that's how y'all feel, academics don't need no goddamn warning. Don't give me no warning. I don't need no warning. I don't need no first chance, second chance. I don't need that.
We could just what?
Just make sure y'all are aware of what the fuck y'all going up on. Y'all going up on y'all co-host, jumping in a conversation that wasn't about her, that clearly was between me and somebody else. I told her to stay in her goddamn place. And if that's what y'all want to ride out about, okay, that's cool. I'm not knocking it because I get it. But this idea, number one, completely false. Oh, you're only mentioning us because we're popping. Cam and Mace, respectfully, y'all niggas been rappers for like 40 years. Y'all just got into this content game. I done made $20 plus million, never rapped the fucking bar. Actually, I did. Lil Lack was fire.
I was gonna say, yeah, you did. That's your intro. You got a feeling like I'm academic. That's his solo.
Anyway, the point is this. Y'all can't hit me with no, oh, you're mentioning. I don't mention niggas for clout. You think I mention media niggas for clout? And I look up to y'all niggas, but y'all are media niggas at this point. And I like y'all. I really do like y'all. I like y'all program. I think what y'all doing is great. I don't want to take nothing away from it because I'm going to still watch y'all. But this idea that y'all trying to like that kind of look a little weird to me. Because I get it. When you see those two women start getting at me, the internet are dick riders.
Now, you gotta imagine that whatever response Cam and Mace had drafted up for academics on their show, it's completely scrapped. They were probably gonna give him grace, maybe make a couple jokes on him here and there, but after academics mentioned the true life incident, Mace's alleged tranny incident, and calling them two washed up 40-year-old rappers, you gotta imagine that Cam and Mace are going to violate. Even if Cam and Mace felt like Stat Baby was wrong for coming at you publicly for seemingly no reason, that's a conversation that they would have in private. They're not going on their show to publicly shit on her for coming at you. Stat Baby is somebody they look at as little sis. Obviously, she's still young. She's growing in media. They love her. They protect her as their own daughter. She's somebody that they're fully invested in. Me personally, I would have probably just waited until their show tomorrow to see what Cam and Mace got to say about me themselves. But as we all know, Ak likes to handle things differently in his own way, whichever way he sees fit. Cameron and Mace, you guys are officially on the clock. You got 24 hours to respond. I don't make the rules around here. You guys get in the comments below. Do you guys think?
Yo, he definitely crashed out. But see, here's the thing. I think he should have bit his tongue before he jumped out that window.
Oh, okay.
Because at the end of the day, it's like, okay, let me see what they're gonna say. Because if you know Cameron, I've showed you that show as well.
Yes.
Cameron he went up on CNN or something like that, and they was asking him questions. This dude, he don't play, man. He say what's on his mind. He speak what's on his mind. And he don't play, you know what I'm saying? And that whole incident with True Life, I mean, you got to understand. True Life is a dude that got mad goons around him. He just walked around, he walked around the Bronx just like with mad heads, bro. And they thought he was a gang. His family's so big, they thought he was affiliated with a gang. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They thought he was a Latin king or something like that. Nah, he's just a Puerto Rican dude just with mad family members. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that's the dude they talking about. Mm-hmm. And that dude, he just, he was just He wasn't all there. You know what I'm saying? He was a crash out himself.
Yeah.
So you bringing up this stuff, you are violating, bro. You violating. And I expect them to violate you now. Especially Cam. Mace is gonna make his slick little jokes because he's funny. He's gonna do his little, you know, the way he laughs.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? He gonna do that, but they both funny in their way, and they both got that chemistry. So you're gonna have them all coming at you now. You know what I'm saying? So now let's check out the response to his response to her response. All right, so this is, so now,
I'm nosy.
yeah, so Cam, you know what I'm saying? I think it's just Cam, I'm not sure, but you know what I'm saying, if Mace jumps in, but at the end of the day, because you know Cam's going to have a lot to say. So let's check it out.
Trying to set academics up for debate. We know Cam and Mace are not shy about going at other media personalities. In fact, they would actually welcome all the smoke from academics.
Then Marshall, Kevin Garnett, Matt Barnes, especially Stephen A. Smith, Gillian Wallow, the rest of you bitch ass, we here. Y'all can make your motherfucking phone calls. Now that we here, I'm gonna double down on your pause, and we're gonna get the information, and now we gonna be the new source. Murder, Stat, and Killer are the new source. Y'all scared and y'all moving funny. Y'all all y'all on TV now, we've been popping since we was 19 years old. When y'all was editors in college, we camera ready. First of all, Murder made the slogan. We do it like we do it for TV. Yeah. We gonna make you real mad now, because niggas gonna start hitting me with the information. I'm gonna make sure I call my friends up. Stat, Murder, Killer will be ready for summer league. Football season, we back 4 days a week. We on your ass, pause, and if you mad, you gonna get madder. Fuck you, bitch ass.
Those are the big bros that are always going to protect her and make sure she's good.
Yeah, that's fact though. So, yo, like I said, academics, I think he stepped into a deep pile. He's never had, like, academics is used to being the one that's vocal and is always on. Now, you got, mind you, Cam and Mace come on every morning at 9 o'clock Eastern time. They just like academics. They actually probably might even be more consistent than academics. So this is going to be a novella. This is definitely going to be like Kendrick and Drake. It is going to be that, because at the end of the day, they are not, Cameron's not going to stop. Academics is not going to stop. And they're going to end up meeting up somewhere. In the airport somewhere. They're going to end up bumping heads somewhere, man. The East Coast is too small for you guys not to end up. And then think about it, you go to Vlad Studios, which is in New York.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to cross that bridge, You can't always be at the crib. You're going to end up bumping into these dudes. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And they're a lot older than you. But don't think that them hands still don't work just because of that. And at the end of the day, hopefully it just stays on content.
Yeah.
But the fact that you was like saying what you was saying, you was violating, bro. That was like really disrespectful. And I think definitely, because they wasn't on that type of timing when they was coming back at you. They wasn't on that. You know what I'm saying? And like Chig said, I think you should have waited for Cam and Mace's response before you jumped out the window.
Yeah, because it could have just all been just trolled. Like,
Yeah. It would have been just left as that. You know what I'm saying? But nah, you had to go crazy. Like, you just went off the deep end there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying academics can't hold his own verbally, you know what I'm saying, when he does his thing, because, he got some funny moments too. Yeah. He be violating like crazy.
Oh, I know.
But Cameron is the same type of dude. So you got two East Coast, you know what I'm saying, knuckleheads going back and forth. Only difference is academics is like more of a civilian type dude versus Cameron.
Yeah. Cameron
really been in the streets. Cameron really been in the shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's where their mindsets are different. Academics is more of a, I'll put on a show and I'll do this, that, and the third. Y'all ain't gonna bully me no more on the microphone.
Yeah.
But let's see what happens when y'all is, you know what I'm saying? Let's see where the energy's at when y'all end up bumping into each other, which you guys will.
Yes,
you guys will.
Eventually it will happen.
Which is why, academics was, trying to reel it back, trying to step back. Because everything after that was a compliment. Everything after that was a compliment. After he disrespected him. But you mentioning that stuff, bro, is just like...
That's not how...
I mean, you didn't have to say all that. All you had to say is like, why y'all jumping in? You know, all of that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
All of that was cool. But mentioning these two incidences,
because they ain't mentioned nothing personal about you.
yeah, they wasn't. You know, they didn't.
They said, hey,
they didn't
yo.
mention Saucy Santana. They didn't mention none of that. You know what I'm saying? They didn't do that. They didn't go there.
They didn't.
So I don't know, man. All they said is why, because we popping and that's it. That like, come on, come on now.
Jeez.
So what do you guys think? What do you think this is gonna go? I'm not gonna lie, bro. I love it because it's gonna be more content. You know, it's just like, bro, you gotta chill, man. You gotta chill. You gotta chill. You gotta chill. And I get it. I get it. That was like you did not provoke that.
Yes.
You did not provoke it. I'm not saying that you provoked it.
Exactly. We ain't saying that you're 100% wrong.
Yeah, we just saying your response to what she initially said was crazy.
Yes.
Was crazy. And, you know, to their post, your response just was like, yeah, man, I don't know why you decided to go there. But hey, you did. And now we're going to get content out of it.
Yes, sir.
That being said, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to comment, subscribe, thumbs up, slap that red button.